Reason number 3 not to buy a house. So every project fractals. So this hose right here, if you saw the last video, the actual shutoff valve is leaking now. So I'm going to have to replace the shutoff valve as well. Now, this is a condo, and the way we're set up, most people would have to actually shut off the water to the main. But at some point in time in the past, one of the previous owners set up a thing where we can actually shut off water to my bathrooms. So like if I have to work on the kitchen sink, I still have to go through the main. But I can turn off water to the bathrooms. So I've done so. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this valve and, well, see if I can disconnect this valve. It's been painted over a few times. And then it'll be a trip to the hardware store to figure out if I can get a replacement. And I just realized this is the hot water, so I should probably go turn off the valve on the hot water tank, or else this is going to get really messy. Okay, so yeah, the hot water, the shut-off valve for my hot water tank is behind the hot water tank. So scraped up my arm a little bit. Didn't break any skin, but I'm scratched up. I'm trying to get back there to shut off the water. Yeah, it's an uncomfortable position. It's an uncomfortable design. Turning it back on is going to be horrible. Trying to get back there, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, folks. So this is probably what my other valve looks like too. Here, I'll show you. It's probably why I've had such a terrible water pressure for so long. Yeah, that's rust, gunk buildup. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, off to the hardware store. Okay. Actually, real quick before I head to the hardware store, I don't know if you can see this. I need to be bringing a flashlight. I'm gonna have to dig all that gunk out of that pipe before I put the new valve on. It is, yeah, I don't think you can see it. It is just absolutely full. Before I head out to the store here to get the replacement valves, so actually, I'm taking a super quick break because I need some water. And I also need some pain meds. Just the amount I've done so far, I'm already feeling my neck tighten up and get sore, as well as my upper shoulders, especially right here. So, yeah. So for those of you that don't watch my channel regularly, I have a couple of things going on, including genetic disorder that affects my joints. So that's another reason why if buying a home, especially if you're not in the best physical health, you need to plan to mostly hire people. That's why I did not attempt to fix my ceiling here myself when I had the big plumbing problems. It's why I hired a plumber for the big plumbing problems. These little things are the ones I try to handle, but yeah, what was supposed to be a small repair has become a much bigger one, and that's how it usually goes. So again, that's also why you don't want to start a project with just enough time to do it. You always want to make sure there's extra time for whatever else is going to go wrong. Okay, I have returned from Home Despot. I have new valves because they look the same. They got the same amount of paint on them. And if you got two things in your house that are about the same age, installed together, if one fails, odds are the other one's going to fail pretty soon too. So I'm here. I've got the tools out. I've got everything. I'm just going to do both of them. New tools include it's a spoon, plastic spoon, but I'm going to use this end to try to dig out some of that gunk in there. That means also paper towels now. Side note. So this is what happens when you have a cat with more heavy duty like types of paper towels that don't tear so easy. You end up with like holes, and if they get a hold of it, because yeah. Okay. Think I got everything again. I'm gonna get started. Probably not the smartest idea, but these things are awesome. Okay, it's moving. It's moving. It had a little water in it, so it's running out right now, but it's moving. It's off. Not as gross as the hot water one, but still kind of gross. Seriously. Okay, let's deal with the ick. Ooh, I thought this was going to be much. It's actually pretty hard, so it's probably not just sewage buildup. It's, or, well, it wouldn't be sewage, it's clean water, but buildup from stuff like that. It's looks like it might actually be rust. So let me grab a screwdriver to break that up. So I think somewhere I used to have a chisel or something, but I'm just going to use a little screwdriver just to kind of knock this loose a little bit. There's probably like real people who do this for a living who are cringing right now. But okay, the buildup in this pipe is thick enough that I think it's probably actually going to end up blocking that faucet if I plug it in directly. So while I'm working here, I got to think about how I'm going to flush this without actually running it through the faucet. When this drywall was open, I should have had them just replace these pipes. I wish they'd have noted how old they were and just said it, because now I can't replace them without opening the wall again. Okay, this is not working the way I was doing it, so we're gonna try something different. I went ahead and just disconnected that thing again. Ooh, this is hard to do in the bathroom. Small space. Okay, this angle's a little funny, but hopefully you can see. Probably as good as I'm gonna get. In the past, though, I have used like a steak knife to dig out super old plumber's tape. Okay, because of the rust, this is kind of where this one's stopping. So this one's going to be off at a little bit of an angle. Okay, these are both in the closed position, so I actually should be able to go ahead and turn the water back on so I can flush these lines now. So we'll go do that. Okay, so time for next steps. I'm probably going to regret this. I'm probably going to make a giant mess, but we'll see. Did not work as well as I had hoped, but I figured I'd try. Let's try it this way instead. Okay, that should have been wide enough to get any big pieces through. Onto the other one. This one's straight up, so yeah, and it's got something below it, so probably not gonna work as well. But well, I'm gonna have a big mess to clean up when I'm done. Okay, like I said, big mess. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the camera for a moment though, because it's currently sitting on the toilet, and I'm gonna dump that in the toilet. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this all again now. That water was super brown. I should have taken a photo before I should have recorded how brown that water was before I dumped it, but I'd already stopped recording and moved the camera. Okay. I have done way too much plumbing work in this place. I'm starting to run low on plumber's tape. And we're back with the task we started with. I just did that backwards. Okay, drainage is back in place. Moment of truth. Oh, how if I turn it back on, right? Yeah, I can't get that off. Based on all the rust that just busted loose, I will probably have to replace this faucet probably this year. Hot water is still running a little brown. Not getting good pressure. Yeah, that's probably as open as it's going to get with that pipe. With how well, I don't know if that's corrosion. With how much buildup is there? I don't know. Okay, so now I still got to clean up the tools, finish cleaning up the bathroom, but I already noticed something. So, most likely, part 4 of why you should not buy a house. Because when I didn't think about it and I left the hot water tap open on the bathtub because I'd been letting it drain earlier to make sure all the water was out so I could work on the sink. And now, yeah, so that one probably needs replaced, but we can check one more thing and see if that's in the, that's probably in the handle, but oh, it's in the way. Curtain. Okay. Let's see if the spray nozzle has any better luck. Probably not. Like this is really the guest bathroom, guys, and I actually did have a new nozzle for this, but because of how much rust kept coming through the lines, I put the old one from when I moved in back on until I finished getting everything done. I don't think it's even going to switch over. I don't think there's enough water pressure. Yeah, there isn't enough water pressure to turn on the shower head. So yeah, that'll probably be video 4 of why buying a house sucks.